Hello everyone, my name is Richie and welcome back to another video. Today join me on the brand new Mittenwaldbahn for a first look, and this route looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? This is courtesy of Train Sim Germany, and this route looks absolutely stunning from what I've seen on the preview stream and the screenshots and that. So today we're going to take a first look at the route and drive this wonderful OBB 1020. So before we get driving anywhere, I want to say a massive thank you to Dovetail Games and Train Sim Germany for providing a game key to show this off to you. Honestly, I'm so excited to jump into it because I've been looking forward to this route for a very long time, especially since playing it in Train Sim Classic. So we're going to jump into this, drive this 1020 across the German portion of the route, and give it a good old first look. And of course, as always in first looks, I will jump into the main menu, show you a bit of the timetable, show you what sort of services you get, and the included rolling stock and all that sort of good stuff. And then I'm going to drive it for about 25 minutes and try and get my head around the controls of this very complicated, interesting looking locomotive. It's a very interesting unit, is the 1020 Crocodile. So yeah, let's jump into it and have a little look at the timetabled services. So here we go, we're in the main menu, and let's have a little look at the timetable and the scenarios for this route. So we've got 5 scenarios for this route. As you can see, there's some fairly lengthy ones, 2.5 hours and an hour 40. I think an hour 40 is the standard sort of end-to-end run time. So if you want to do a full line run, it's going to take you a bit of time, because I think the route's maxed at like 78 kilometers, which is what, about 50 mile an hour, something like that. So it's not the quickest route, but it's certainly beautiful, so you can admire the scenery as you go along. As for the timetable, we've got 167 services. In fact, if you've got all the layers, you'll see a couple of more. I think there's 172 altogether, but I don't have the DBBR 365 or the 103 installed. So as for the included rolling stock, we've got the OBB 1020 and the DBBR 111. So as you can see, the OBB 1020 has the majority of the services with 104, and it does all sorts of different stuff. You've got a couple of train preparation services, a lot of shunting moves, a couple of full line runs, a couple of shorter runs. So we're going to do one of these 23-minute services from Garmisch to Innsbruck. It's like a part one. So a lot of these services are split up, because I think they said in the preview stream that there's like 10 to 15 minutes wait time because it's a single track line. You've got to wait for another unit, so they split them up for, well, convenience really. We've also got some freight in here as well, so if you like your German freight, you can certainly give that a go. So there's all sorts of different services. They range from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, so there's plenty of stuff to do with the OBB. As for the DBBR 111, again, it does a couple of the same sort of services, full line runs, part runs, all that sort of good stuff. I don't think it does any freight though. But yeah, you've still got plenty of stuff going on with that. So all in all, you get a fair few services with this. I'm going to jump into the OBB 1020 today, and we're going to do a relatively short service. I want to cover like the German part of the route, because the services for them are about 20 minutes. So we're going to jump into a 20-minute service, probably this one or something similar, and have a little look at the OBB 1020 and try and get a head around the locomotive. So let's do it, let's jump into it. So here we go, I've jumped into 5439 Garmisch to Innsbruck part 1. Let's jump in and let's have a little look at this wonderful Crocodile locomotive. And it's beautiful, look at it, it's so unique looking. Anyway, we need to unlock the doors, let's do that, cool. And we need to figure out how to set ourselves up. Right, so I did have a little mess around with this earlier on just to sort of get my head around the controls, but I think there's a few different bits and bobs, so we need to turn that to forwards. That's fine, that's motoring, which is all good. I need to think, there's some switches and stuff we have to do, so I think you need to put that into on. Hold on, I will figure this out. That's the safety systems, we don't want to touch them, I'll end up breaking the train. So is it battery? Is that something? Is it? Possibly? I'm not too sure. Ah, master key switch, that'll be something. Right, there we go, unlocked. You turn that on, you turn that on, and you also turn that on, I think. Is everything all good? Yeah, that's train heaters and all that sort of good stuff. So now, hopefully, do we need to raise that? Set. There we go. I think that does something. Hold on. Are we all set up and ready to go? I need to turn the headlights on. We're on. We're all good. Cool. Right, we're set up and we've got 20 seconds to go. So, let's have a little fly around Garmisch, shall we? So this is Garmisch Station, and it looks absolutely splendid. This looks absolutely fantastic. I'm on the PC today. Normally I'll be on the PlayStation, but today I'm on the PC, and it's running really well. I've not got the strongest PC in the world, so I'm quite surprised with how beautiful it looks, considering I've got a bit of a lower spec PC. Right, let's get the doors locked, which is that one there. Is that right? Oh no, I've unlocked doors. Hold on, let me try that again. Right, you can hear all the slams. Cool. Right, and then also the throttle on this is quite interesting. So, it's a big wheel, so you need to keep pressing that. We need to also release our brakes because that'll help us out. So let me release the brakes. which is over here. Is there a key? Ah, yeah, there's a brake key. Right, let's put that to unlocked. Release that. Is that right? Hold. Ah, release that. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So we've got that all unlocked. And then we need to apply some power. Right, we're moving. We're moving. Right, let's have a little listen to this. So I need to get my head around the controls. So let's go. Power 3, I think. I think that's how it works. We're moving. We're off. Look at it go. Hold on, can we horn? Oh, nice. Okay, it's got a nice little whistle to it. Lovely stuff. Off it goes. Off it goes. So this thing's going to be interesting to drive. It's going to be quite complicated. Considering I'm not used to playing on the PC, and I'm also driving a train which is rather complicated to drive, this is going to be a fun experience. So sit back, relax, and watch this chaos unfold. Right, we seem to be on the move now, which is all good, and it's absolutely beautiful, this. Absolutely spectacular. Right, can we build up a bit more power? A bit more power, please. A bit more beans. That'd be nice. What's the highest the power controller can get to? If you keep spinning it, how high does it go? Oh, it just keeps going apparently. Oh, okay. Let's put that down a little bit. Oh my goodness. Let's put down the power a little bit. We're going a bit too quick. Slow down, slow down. Right, okay. I seem to have a nice balance, I think. Or up to 60 now, so I need to get some more beans in. This is confusing because it's a big wheel. This would have been absolutely knackering to drive back in the day because you're fully having to... It's like them old windows in cars, isn't it? You have to constantly turn them. Right, we seem to be all good now, so I need to put a bit more power in. Just a tiny bit more power. I remember from TSC that this route is quite challenging to drive anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. A challenging locomotive on a challenging route? Sure, why not? Let's have a little look at the route map. Let me just slow down a tiny bit so we don't end up speeding. I think that'll do. Power control 10 should be fine. So, this is Garmisch up here. And then if I remember correctly, it's pretty much uphill all the way until Seefeld, which is somewhere down here I think. Seefeld, there you go. So it's pretty much uphill all the way, and then you go downhill as you go into Innsbruck. So it's a very beautiful looking route from what I saw in Train Sim Classic, and obviously what I've seen in the preview and stuff. But we need to make sure not to speed. So let's take the throttle off. That's putting the throttle on. That's not good. Turn the throttle off. Go on, turn it off. Is there not a quicker way to do this? Oh, blooming neck, what have I done here? Right, more power, more power. Go, go. Bit more beans, please. I've just seen something cool. Where's it gone? I saw like a ski slope or something. Where is it? Look at that. Cool little ski slope, so if you want to go skiing down here, it'd be very cool. Very cool. We need to set it to snow so it looks a bit more ski-like. Right, we're on the move, and we've got 3.1% uphill gradients here. We just had 3.4%. That's nuts. Right, so I'm going to put in power 11. I don't know how high the power goes up. Is that it? Is that the power? It looks like something. Does it say somewhere what power we've got going in? Oh, hold on. What's this? We can go up to power 18. Right, okay. So this sort of... If I move... Yeah, there you go. So we can move... So full throttle is 18 apparently. So that's good to note. So if we're going uphill, we need to be around about 12 or 13, I think. That should be alright. That should be all good. That should be a nice balance. Yeah, you certainly need to pay attention to what you're doing on this route. You can't be chatting too much and looking at the scenery too much, because you will end up speeding and making a mess of it. Especially if you've got the safety systems on. No hope. You know what I'm like with safety systems. I'm absolutely useless. But this is absolutely stunning. Look at it. It looks fantastic. Honestly, let's have a little fly around here. Absolutely beautiful. All sorts of trees and foliage and all that sort of stuff. Even over there, look at all that. And you know, this is based on quite a low-end machine. So, you know, I feel like I've not fully done it justice because I'm not on the PlayStation. But, you know, considering this is quite a low-spec PC, it's not that bad. It's absolutely beautiful. I must admit, this front bit looks interesting, doesn't it? Very interesting indeed. You can't really see much of what's going on out the front because obviously you are in like this little window. It's a bit like UK cab windows, isn't it? In a way. But it's very cool. Very unique sort of loco, this. I don't think we've seen anything like this before in Train Sim World. So it's very cool indeed to have something quite retro looking. The coaches look really nice as well. Look at the coaches. Nicely weathered there. Very nice indeed. Oh, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, just a reminder that this route is made by Train Sim Germany, who also made the Mittenwaldbahn, which is an absolutely spectacular route. and I love the 628. The DBBR 628 is so much fun to run. Oh, whilst we've been chatting away, I need to focus on what we're doing. We need to slow down because there's a red signal coming up. Because obviously with it being a single track line, you're going to have to stop in places. So let's slow right down. Hopefully, by putting the power down, we'll just naturally come to a stop anyway. So hopefully, just a tiny bit of a throttling should slow us down quite nicely, because we're only 700 metres away from slowing down. Oh, it's gone green. Okay, so is that maybe like approach control because it's single track? Possibly. Was anything coming the other way? No, but there's a passing loop here, so I'm guessing because it's a single track line, these sort of key points, these loops along the route, would be like if you approach there late, the other service would get priority, which makes sense. Makes sense. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so I can certainly tell you this one's going to be a challenge. I'm finding myself focusing way too much on like the throttle controls and stuff because I'm not quite used to it just yet. But I'm sort of so focused on how much power I'm applying, because if you don't have too much power in, you go in like half the speed limit. But then if you put too much power in, you go in double the speed limit. So you need to pay attention to what you're doing. We are 4.2 kilometers out of Klais, I think, and I think we're only stopping at Klais and then we're ending at Mittenwald. About 20 minutes. There you go. Yeah, Mittenwald. So we've only got a couple of stops on this, but there's around about, I think it was 15 stations or something like that. I can't quite remember the exact number of stations. Hey, I've just spotted that this unit has got a top speed, I think that's top speed, of 90 kilometers. What's that in miles per hour? What, like 50, 55 mile an hour? I find that very hard to believe. I think this could proper shift, you know. I think if you full beans this at the right time, you could definitely get some speed in this little thing. It's quite nippy. It's quite a nippy little loco. I mean, considering that we're carrying about 3 coaches, I think, you know, if we put the full beans in at the right time, it'd be absolutely fine. This is absolutely stunning. Look at this. This is fantastic. Let's get a little flyby. It won't be such a flyby because we're going quite slow, but let's get a little flyby down here, shall we? Nice little whistle. Nice. It's very cool, very retro. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of this loco. I'm a big fan of this route. It's brilliant. Oh, we can get up to 70 here, right? Full beans. Full beans. Let's go. Let's get up to 70 because we need to make some time up here because we're a bit too late. Oh. Oh, I've done something. Oh, I think I might have overpowered it. Hold on. Turn the throttle off. I need to do something. I've broke it. Did I break it? I think I did. Right, so don't apply too much power because you'll break the train apparently. Right, okay, note to self. Don't put it to 18. If you put it to 18, it doesn't like it. So you need to make sure to keep it around 13 to 14. This is a very complicated train to drive. Goodness. You must have had a lot of training to drive one of these back in the day. I mean, do these still even exist? As in, like, are they still run on the main lines and stuff, or are they like preserved or whatever? These were seen all over Europe, so are they still running like mainline services or whatever? Let me know in the comments. Right, here we go. We're veering around the corner to our final station. So let's take the throttle off a little bit, just a tiny bit, not too much. I don't fancy slowing down because if you take the power off, it slows right down because we're going like vertical, pretty much, going straight uphill. So you need to keep some beans in. But let's slow down for Klais in 600 meters time. And here we go. We're approaching into our station. So let's fully take the beans off. Let's turn them fully off because we need to start slowing down. Which it should kind of naturally slow down anyway, because it's quite good at doing that. I tell you what, I'm going to take this off here now and just let it roll for the last 20 metres. Right, there we go, 14 metres out. Lovely stuff. Right, here we go. Klais, our first station. Let's unlock the doors. There we go. Did you see the way the trees are moving then? Look at that. You can see all the trees moving and stuff. Very nice. Right, so this is our first calling point, Klais. And then we've got another 10 minutes or so to get to, where was it? Mittenwald. So we've still got probably another 10 kilometres to go, so we need to make sure to get our act together and get going. Right, so let's get the doors locked and let's get ready to go to Mittenwald, shall we? Right, should we full beans it? Let's absolutely full beans it out of here. Let's go. 5.2 kilometres to Mittenwald. Let's go. Wonderful stuff. Up to 50 kilometres and then we can go up to 60 as well. Lovely stuff. Get going. Get going. Oh, I absolutely love this route. It's absolutely beautiful. Off we go. Cool. And I'll tell you what, I must admit, this is probably one of the most beautiful looking routes. Look at the mountains and all the scenery. It's very nice indeed. I'm a big fan of this route. I knew I was going to be when I started playing it in Train Sim Classic. This looks wonderful around here. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Just the way that they've done the road as well. I mean, like, I can imagine driving in this part of the world, having the train line alongside you, it'd be stunning. Absolutely stunning. I feel like as well, I'm getting a hang of the OBB 1020 a bit more now, the crocodile, as they call it. You can see what they call it, a crocodile, can't you? A crocodile, because it looks like it's got a very long snout. You can see in the cab, it's a very long snout. We need to slow down as well. Goodness gracious, we're going a bit too quick here. Let's slow right down. I'm speeding up. Slow down, slow down. Oh goodness, we're going downhill now. Right, okay, I need to slow down a bit more. Bit more. First application, that should hopefully fix us. That should hopefully sort us out. 1.8 downhill. Goodness gracious me. Okay, right. We're under control. Just about. It'd be good if there was like AFB or something. I know that probably didn't exist back in the 80s. Bear in mind as well, this is set in 1989. But it'd be really cool to see a modern day version of this. If anyone makes any scenarios with any modern stock, like the Ice-T, because I know the ICE-T runs on this route in real life, you know, let me know what scenarios you make, and I'll have a little look at them. We can also take the brakes off here too. Nice, cool. Right, we're 3 kilometers away from Mittenwald, and I must admit, I really like the look of this route. It's just absolutely stunning. Right, and now we're going 3% downhill. My goodness, right, we need to slow down. Slow down. This is a challenge. This is a challenging route, I will give it that. It keeps you on your toes, which I know a lot of people like about routes like this. You know, people like to be kept on their toes, they like a challenge. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of Dresden-Chemnitz, because that route was a bit of a challenge as well when that first came out. I've got used to it now with the 612, but the different gradients on that route, you need to know what you're doing. You also need to know the route quite well. So I think as you learn this route, as time goes on, it'll get a bit easier, but you know, it's definitely initially a bit of a challenge because you are constantly looking at your speedometer, looking at your throttle, looking at the gradients. You know, thank goodness for all this information up here, because if this information weren't here, I'd have no hope. We also need to slow right down because we are a kilometre away from the station. So let's slow down, shall we? Right, so as we approach Mittenwald very quickly here, look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. A nice little village of Mittenwald. Is it a village? Is it a town? What would you classify this as? I've also put far too much brakes in there, so maybe just release them, shall we? Yeah, that'll be fine. I tell you what, it's a nice little area, is Mittenwald. Looks very beautiful. Look at that, as it comes around the corner there. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think Mittenwald is the end of the German representation of this route, and then it goes into Austria. I'm not too sure whereabouts the sort of border change is, but I know that after this station, you were then in Austria. Anyway, we need to slow down. We need to take the beans off, shall we? We don't want to spad here, do we? No, we don't. We've also got a 111 in the platform over there. Look, got a couple of them. Nice. Right, so let's take the beans off there. Cool. And then slowly approach into Mittenwald, and Mittenwald even. And then I'll give you my final thoughts, and they're going to be overwhelmingly positive because this route is stunning. Let's slow down. That was a decent stop. I tell you what, I'm taking that. That's a decent stop from me. Right, and there we go. This is Mittenwald. And there we go, we've safely made it to Mittenwald, which is very nice. We've got the 111 leaving over there. We've also got these new coaches as well. That's another key thing to notice with this route as well. You get some new wagons. I'm not too sure what these wagons are called, but they're very nice looking. And I think if you get the Ludwigsbahn and you've also got the 103 from Linke Rheinstrecke, you actually get a little rail tour with them coaches and the 103, which is very nice. So now that we've safely made it here to Mittenwald, what do I think of this route? Honestly, I think it's beautiful. I think it's fantastic. There's a lot to do. The 1020 is a nice challenge. The route itself is quite a nice challenge, and I would genuinely recommend anyone to get it. If you like your German stuff and your Austrian stuff, you'll certainly like this. But if you want a route that's got a bit of a challenge to it, this is the right route for you as well. But yeah, I'm certainly going to be playing this route a lot more, and I'll be doing some streams and stuff on it because I feel like this is going to be one of my new favourites. It's really fun, and I really liked it in TSC, so I'm definitely going to enjoy it in Train Sim World. So yeah, we've also got the train departing there. Nice, look at that, good timing. So as that 111 departs over there, lovely stuff, I'm going to leave that video there. So that was my first look at Mittenwaldbahn. Let me know in the comments whether you're going to get it and what you think of it. And yeah, hopefully, if you do pick it up, you enjoy it. So with all that said and done, I'm going to leave that video there. I've been Richie, thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye bye.